Aloha everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking all things carnivore bread, protein sparing bread, all the mistakes I see people make and tips on how to not make those mistakes.
Yeah.
So you can enjoy delicious bread because you've been eating the bread up a lot, don't you? I mean, maybe a meatloaf sandwich today?
Ooh.
Because we made the meatloaf on our Facebook Live. And now we can make meatloaf sandwiches. Sounds delicious to me. But man, serendipity, I think everything happens for a reason. A lot of things. Like that's how I got you, right?
Yeah.
I told you about the sad story about the little boy who passed away when we were adopting. But that's how we got you. And you're like the best child ever. So I'm just really, grateful that you're in our life. But yesterday I had to go to the dentist. I have Invisalign braces. Mm-hmm. Probably the best money I ever spent is fixing my teeth. I really like them. But I have a really low crown in the back. It's a very short tooth and it pops off all the time. So yesterday I had to leave the beach with you guys and go to the dentist. But I'm really excited because he volunteers with Shriners Hospital on Oahu. And he was telling me how they use a ketogenic diet to help the children before a surgery or with autism and all these different things. And they have tremendous results. And I said, oh my gosh, I'd love to come or donate my books or volunteer and help out in any way I can. And he's like, yeah, that sounds great. And I said, what if we did a live cooking video and helped raise money for the hospital, right? And you could come help cook. That'd be great. And so hopefully everybody, let's hope that works out. But let's get to the recipes. So here's the thing. I've been making the carnivore bread, the original protein bread, for about 20 years. And there wasn't things like this out there, the dried egg white protein. It was just dried egg whites, which you can make at home by yourself if you want to. But when I was, 20, I would go to the grocery store and they had, are you okay? They had meringue powder, which is just dried egg whites. And it was super cheap, and that's what I used to make this bread. So if you're frustrated that, dried egg whites are so expensive, you can make them yourself. So that's what you can do. And here's another great tip. If you're sick of all the extra yolks and you don't know what to do with them, I'm going to use half of real eggs and half of the dried eggs. So actually I'm going to use 8 real eggs and a cup of this. Yeah. Because a cup is 4 egg whites. So I'm going to, it's probably a better idea, could you grab another bowl? Because you want to make sure to not have any yolks in the whites. Because if there's any fat whatsoever or water, the whites won't whip properly. So you want to make sure that your bowl is completely dry. So if it just came out of the dishwasher, make sure that it's completely dry. And it's better to put your egg whites into another bowl before you put it into the stand mixer. And the next loaf, so I'm going to do 3 different loaves for you, 3 different ways. And Kai will be the taste tester to tell us which one is the best. And what was I going to say with that? Yikes. Anyway, so we'll find out which one's the best. This is the original one because there wasn't, ooh, that's loud. There wasn't allulose. Oh, what am I doing? I put the yolk right in there. Dude, I'm not focusing. So we're going to fix that. Pause. Cut.
Hey everyone, we are on a little safari here in Africa and I got a little friend right behind me here eating some grass and some trees. He's not a carnivore, but if you are, it's great to keep your electrolytes up, and especially when you travel, if you keep your electrolytes up, it really helps. I actually personally find I don't go number 2 as often if I don't bring my electrolytes along when I travel. I'll go 2-3 days without, but Element is great for travel. It's easy to pack. We really like it, and if you go to drinkelement.com, oh, watch out, /Keto Maria, you can get a free sample pack with order. So check it out, drinkelement.com /Keto Maria, and get a free sample pack with any order.
Game on. What is that, from Wayne's World? I think so. I don't know if you ever saw that. Okay, so we're back, and I'm separating the whites. And so here's some other tips that I really like to tell people. If it falls, don't be discouraged. Yeah. What you could do is get a pizza pan and make pizza crust. Ooh. So you bake the pizza crust, then put your sauce on, your cheese and your toppings, and then bake it again just so the cheese is melted. But you can make pizza crust with it.
Yeah.
You could also make tortillas. So if you have like the Scan pan that we have, the non-skid Scan pan that doesn't have the toxic chemicals, just put some of the batter on a nice round circle, and then you gently flip it, and you have a wonderful tortilla. And you can make burritos with it or whatever, right? So that's kind of cool. I know I should let you separate them because you're pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're good. You've been doing it for a long time. So we're going to do 8 eggs, and then if you have any yolks in there, you can just kind of scoop it out. But we made sure to clean and dry that bowl really, really well. So Kai helped me out with that one, so thanks, dude.
Thank you. Oh, wait, you're welcome.
You're welcome. It's okay to say you're welcome. Okay, now the yolks are going to go over here, all right? And we're going to put the whites into a stand mixer. And again, I'll show you how to make it without a stand mixer if you don't have one, so don't be discouraged. Keep that over here because we're going to do another loaf, but you can ditch that. Thank you. Now we're going to add 1 cup of the liquid egg whites. Now, if you're just new to making this, I would suggest sticking to 100% real eggs, because even when you feel real egg whites versus this stuff, this is very liquidy and it doesn't like to whip really well. But I was speaking at a Keto Symposium in New York City, which was one of my favorite events. Christina, you put on an amazing event. And afterwards I took questions and comments and snide remarks, whatever. And someone said, yeah, Maria, I make your bread all the time, but I use some egg whites and then a few real egg whites to lower, having helped so many extra yolks. So I tried it and it really works really well. But when you buy the egg whites, make sure that it's 100%, it's just egg whites. That's what the ingredients say. And if it's wet on the outside, try not to get any into that, what's it called? A cup, measuring cup. Because any water will cause the whites to not whip. So it's kind of like touch and go. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So we'll cross our fingers. I think it's mainly because water condensation happens on the egg whites. Now, we're going to add salt. Always add salt to anything you're making. It's a flavor enhancer. And salt will also make the crust not so hard. It's going to be a little bit hard, but that's okay. Another thing you can add.
Cream of tartar.
Cream of tartar. We got a huge one here. I am going to use it because it's a very humid day out. And we've been having the patio door open. It's early in the morning, but it was kind of rainy. Now, cream of tartar helps.
In French, cremor tart.
I think that's Spanish.
Oh, it is?
How do you say cream of tartar in Spanish, people? Is that Spanish? I think so. Maybe somebody speaks.
Scramble.
Oh, speaking of Spanish, my sugar-free kids book is going to be in Spanish. Super excited. So now we're going to put this up. This is a big one, so I usually do a double batch, but we're not doing that today.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to turn that up and turn this on, and we'll catch you back in a second. Okay, I wanted you to see this because most people underwhip the whites. It is like stiff, like the stiffest marshmallow you've ever seen, okay? So it's very, very stiff. Again, most people underwhip the whites. Now here's a big mistake a lot of people do also, is when they add, we're gonna add a cup of dried egg whites. Make sure you have a nice cup size. And do not overmix it at this point. Because if you overmix it, it's gonna turn out like styrofoam, and people get disappointed.
Nobody wants styrofoam.
No. It's not like styrofoam when I make it, is it?
No.
So I'm going to do this. I kind of play with it and lower this to get it well mixed. I might turn it high for a second. But that's it, okay? It's mixed, and now we're going to put it into the pan. Okay, so now we're going to take one of the pans, one of the larger ones, and I'm going to spray that with some, if you have tallow spray, that's what we're going to use, but we don't have that here. We have avocado oil spray, so not totally carnivore, but it's okay.
Have you ever thought of putting salt in the...
In here?
Yeah.
Well, it'd probably be too salty then, my friend, don't you think?
Yeah.
I mean, talk about getting your electrolytes on.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to take this off. And set that by Kai. Don't put it in the sink. I'll put it right here, okay? We're going to use that for the next one too. Okay, so this is greased. We have our spatula, excuse me. It doesn't taste good, Kai, I'm telling you. He's trying
I'm cleaning.
it. Oh, I thought you were eating it.
Oh.
I'm just kind of stirring it together, and then I'm going to put this into the pan here. Okay. Like this. And now another thing that's different for this, I bake it at 350 degrees. Now the other bread I'm going to make has allulose in it, and that bakes at 325. So not 350, 325, because that allulose really caramelizes the bread, and it will get way too dark before the inside is finished if you have it at 350. So that's another difference between allulose bread and not. Another thing, the reason why you said you liked this bread the best last night. We'll try again with these loaves. But another reason why I like this, you said you like the allulose bread better.
Yeah.
I like this one better because I've also dried out the bread into breadcrumbs and, pulsed it in my food processor and made flour. So it's all protein flour. And you can bread chicken nuggets with it. You can, use it as like a breading or a flour, right?
Yeah.
But if there's allulose in it, those chicken nuggets get real dark real quick. So you have to bake it at a lower temp. So now that this is beautiful and shaped, we're going to put that into the oven. And I'm actually going to let it cool in the oven before I take it out. Okay, Kai?
Yep.
And then we'll get our other loaf going. Okay, now that's in the oven. Quickly toss that in there, and we're gonna make the easiest bread ever. I don't know why that's so hard to get in there, but it's okay. I'm not even gonna clean this because it doesn't matter. It's totally fine. And what we're going to add is one and a half cups of the dried egg whites, and that's gonna go into the bowl. Okay. We are also going to add some salt. Salt. Like that. Yum, yum.
Don't be salty.
Don't be salty, people. We're going to add 1/4 cup of allulose. Now, is this carnivore? No, not technically. But they've been showing some great benefits on allulose. Dr. Perlmutter did a great video about how, is there a whale out there, Kai? Oh, is that a kayak? We had whales really close last night. Super close. A whale and a baby whale. It was like, I could have swam to them. About how allulose helps lower blood sugar, helps with insulin resistance. It's showing some fascinating benefits, which I'm very excited about. We're going to add some cream of tartar.
I got a joke.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, so does a good vacuum, does a good vacuum suck?
Yeah. Oh, don't do that, honey. I need that.
That's the joke. Get it? Suck.
Oh, yeah, it does. It does suck, doesn't it? I should have laughed. Sorry, buddy. Now, I'm just going to mix the dry mixture together here. Just a little bit. Well, it's going on low. I'm going to add 1.5 cups of water. Okay, and that's how it goes. That's all the ingredients. So I'm going to turn this on high and let you see it whip. It might take a little while. Okay, so now we have this one whipped, and it's okay, Kai. You can continue to draw. Kai is the best artist ever. So I'm just gonna take this off. And again, you can see this is like a very stiff meringue. It's essentially what we made with the dried egg whites. And I'm not going to use that anymore, so we can put that in the sink. And I'm gonna spray this one with some spray. I have to tell you, I have a cast iron skillet bread pan at home, and that's my favorite one to use. Now here's another tip. Do not substitute. Yeah, see how stiff this is? I love Mira, but she has millions of followers on her YouTube, but she made this bread, and it was very soupy. And she's like, it didn't work. I was like, well, you didn't whip it hard enough. And it was, it was sad on her end, but I don't want people to think that it doesn't turn out, because it will. You just have to make sure you whip it enough. As you can see, it's very, very stiff. Very stiff. And that's what you want it to look like that. And we're going to make a very high loaf with this. This is a smaller bread pan, but that's all I have. I have 3 bread pans, and the other one's going to make the third one, the third bread. So this is called the easiest protein sparing bread on my website. These are all free recipes for you. We'll have the link below the video of all 3, but this is the easiest one. But what I was saying about allulose, do not substitute erythritol or Swerve, Lancanto. Those are erythritol-based sweeteners. They don't have allulose in them, and that will not create the same thing, because erythritol does not melt the same way allulose does. It will melt initially, but then it will recrystallize. This is actually going to melt and brown the bread and make it look really beautiful. So now that we shaped it, we're going to toss this in the oven. I'm actually going to turn the oven down now to 325, like I said earlier. It's like a whole piece. You have to make sure to get it off the pan. And this makes great French toast, grilled cheese, whatever you want to do bread with, it makes it delicious. Okay, so the third and final version, there's a lot of versions. We have the Hawaiian rolls that are super delicious, which is basically this. Well, no, it's not this. Maybe I should do it one more. I don't know. The Hawaiian rolls, we have the bagels, we have a lot of different varieties of this. But these are probably the 3 most popular. Now this is called the best protein sparing bread, with the addition of the chewiest, chewy protein sparing bread, because we're going to add some gelatin to add a little bit of chewiness. Now in here, I'm doing it in a bowl because I know not everybody wants to invest in a stand mixer. It was probably my favorite gift ever. That I was gifted, but it takes a lot of space. It's very expensive. I get it. So if you want to just do it with a hand mixer, which I just got this hand mixer, I think last week, it's like $20. Yes. You know, you can do that. So I'm going to separate 8 egg whites again, and I'll probably try not to make the mistake of putting it into the yolks in the bowl again, right, Kai?
Yeah.
And if you work with your fingers, you can actually get quite a bit of more egg whites out if you like scoop it out with your finger. Make sure your fingers are dry and clean. There we go. Oh, careful. You got water on you?
Yeah.
Oh, or dirt?
Or goo.
Goo. And again, I'm going to do 8 eggs, real eggs, and a cup of the fake eggs. I don't know, the egg whites. They're real egg whites, but I don't know what they do with all the yolks. I don't know. This yolk kind of broke, so I'm a little worried about that. Could you grab another egg for me? Most of that went into here. There we go. Thank you. And working with room temperature eggs helps quite a bit. So that's kind of cool. Oh, almost put that in the wrong thing again. Well, that one's wet though. I'll just do more egg whites.
Okay.
That's fine. Okay, yeah, dry it off. There we go. And back to the Invisalign braces. Has anybody else done that? What I found interesting is someone's like, "Did you do something to your lower mouth? It's wider." I was like, "Well, they widened my teeth a lot. Like they had to shave them down and widen them, and it's pretty cool to see it on the image, like in like fast 3D. Like you can see my mouth get wider. It's kind of cool. But my bite's way better, and all that." Okay. What's your favorite thing to eat with the bread? Grilled cheese?
Grilled cheese? No.
No.
It would have to be peanut butter and jelly.
Peanut butter and jelly?
Yes.
That's what Kai likes with it. I thought you liked the grilled cheese.
Oh
And
yeah, that
tomato
would
soup.
probably have to be my second.
Second favorite?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was always my favorite kid as a lunch. Sorry I'm not looking at the camera, everybody. I really just don't want to get the yolks in there. One more. We're almost done. Okay. Then, can you get a measuring cup for me, Kai? A dry, clean one? It's, I think it's in this sink. That's fine. I'll use this one. I have one right here, Kai.
Must be in the dishwasher.
So this is going to, are they?
Yeah.
Put that into the large bowl. We can set those aside. And then we're going to do a cup of the just egg whites. And again, make sure that there's no condensation on there. I think we did a good job on the other one because the bread whipped really well.
You know what it is?
What's that?
Just egg whites.
It's just egg whites, my friend. So yeah, it says on the side, 1/4 of a cup is 1 egg. Oh man, I'm so not doing the math right. It says 1/4 of a cup is 1 whole egg, and we just want the egg white. Oh. Mamma mia. Oh well. It's still working. We're gonna stick with it. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
I actually have to tell everybody something. When I first wrote the original protein bread recipe, I actually used less of the dried meringue powder that I would buy because it caused a lighter, fluffier bread, but it sometimes would shrink more. So the more dried egg whites you add, the more structure it's gonna have. It won't shrink, that type of stuff, but it's gonna be a harder bread, if that makes sense. You might have noticed this. So into here, we're gonna add our salt. I don't know where our salt went. Over there. You said it over there. There you go. More. That's good. And we're gonna do 4 tablespoons of Further Food gelatin. And I'm doing a giveaway tomorrow. I don't know when this is going out, but on my Instagram and my TikTok, I'm doing a giveaway of Further Food. They have a huge bag of gelatin now.
1 more.
4 of them, I said. Yep. 2, 3, and 4. And yeah, I'm doing a giveaway on my Instagram. So if you want to win that, it's a huge bag. So if you make the Hawaiian rolls, if you make this bread, it's awesome. We're gonna add half a teaspoon of the cream of tartar. If you want to do that, Kai, you can open this end up. There you go. And you can use the back of it to scrape it clean. But they're just such a nice. Oh, honey, no. This way, like this.
Ah.
See? Perfect. There we go. I love cooking with Kai, and it drives Craig nuts because it's usually like twice as messy, right? Yeah. Yeah. And then we're going to add 1/4 of a cup of allulose. Again, don't use erythritol, use allulose. Okay? Now, here's the thing, people. If you make the Hawaiian rolls, the egg whites go in now. But with the best bread, I'm going to wait to put them in until after we whip that. So I'm going to start whipping these away, and you could watch it in fast forward, okay? We'll do a time lapse. Okay, I probably should have tried this hand mixer out before because it's really junky. It's not very high speed at all. So this is as stiff as I'm getting it, which will be fine. But at this point, I have made, even with the carnivore bread, I've used vanilla egg white powder. So J-Rob has a vanilla dried egg whites if you want to use that. I'm going to add a cup of my unflavored because that's all I have here. And again, do not use whey protein. Do not use Equip protein. You will not get the same. You have to use egg whites. I get all the time people are like, oh, I did your recipe, but it didn't work. But instead of chicken, I use shrimp. I'm like, dude, that's not my fault. You could also, if you use the vanilla, you could add some cinnamon and do a cinnamon swirl bread. I have that recipe. I've also made a chocolate bread if you want to do that. But at this point, again, don't overmix it. Just kind of get it well incorporated. I'm totally overmixing it. Okay, I'm going to use a spatula for the rest of this because that's totally overmixing it. So we just want to stir it together. If you overmix it, it turns out like styrofoam. I cannot say that enough. I get messages every day. I made your bread and it was like styrofoam. That is why. So this is good. That's mixed well. And now I'm going to get a bread pan. I'm going to grease that. And again, just a little bit. I actually have a friend, Aubrey, who came on my Greece retreat, my Bali retreat, and my Croatia retreat, and she doesn't grease hers at all. She uses, I don't know if it's cast iron or something. Aubrey, if you're watching, leave a comment below on how you don't, because she found that whenever she added a fat, it caused the whites to fall, which that's what happens. So I just do a light spray. So there we go. Oh, she described it as making like angel food cake, how it crawls up the sides. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't spray it at all. But then it seems to get stuck in there, but who knows? Always learning. Oh, and I was just telling Kai, he was using the hand mixer and we both were getting tired doing it. I said, could you imagine Julia Child? She did that all by hand. All by hand. And I can tell this should be like another inch higher. So the egg whites are not whipped as well as they should be. So again, a benefit of having a stand mixer. And you could actually do the dishes or go do something else while it's mixing the whites. So again, this is gonna go in the oven, 325, and we'll catch you back in a little bit.
This is pretty firm.
Pretty firm.
Yeah.
So aloha friends, a little bit of tips for user error. As you can see, this is the original carnivore bread, okay? You can see how the texture of the crust is a little bit harder than these two. And these turned brown because of the allulose. Now, ouch, that's very hot. Ooh, cheapers, criminy. This one is.
Oh,
I touched my skin on the pan. Don't touch the pan. Yikes. This one fell a little bit because, remember how I turned the temperature to 325?
Yeah.
I should have just like done these videos in clips.
This one's pretty firm. I think this is the firmest.
You think it's the firmest? I'm not going to slice into this one. These two had a chance to cool. Make sure that they cool completely before taking them out of the pan. But now, you know what I'm going to do, Kai?
What?
I'm going to make a grilled cheese just to show everybody.
Ooh.
I'm going to use a slice of this bread and I'm going to use a slice of this bread. Oh, I should tell you, this is the one that was with the water. So you see how fluffy that
in
is?
the pan.
This one's not hot.
Oh.
And yeah, this one was with water. So I'm going to show you what the grilled cheese will look like on one slice with this, how it browns, and one slice with this, how it browns. How does that sound?
Good.
And then we'll do a total taste test with you at the end.
Yeah.
Okay? All right, let's get to the grilled cheese.
Grilled cheese.
Okay, so here we have our two breads. The third one is over here, but it's still quite warm, so I'm not going to take it out of the pan yet. So that's over here. And I'm going to grab a bread knife. I really love these Nakano bread knives, or Japanese. And I'm going to slice just the edge off of this one. We don't want the edge piece. Nobody likes that. I don't know, do you like the edge pieces? So I'm going to slice this. And I think I'll do one sandwich with one piece and one with the other. So I'll do like a half loaf. But look at that. Shh, that's amazing. Beautiful. So I'm going to slice this in half. And we'll make the grilled cheese with that one. And we'll make a grilled cheese with that one. Slice that. And we're not doing like two different sandwiches because it's sushi day. Like we like sashimi. And so in a little bit we're going to go to sashimi, so we don't want to fill up on grilled cheese. So we'll take a slice of this one. And it's a little bit more crumbly, but this is the carnivore bread. That's the one I like. I've always used that one. Let's slice this in half. And we have some butter over here. And I don't know, have you ever tried making grilled cheese with mayo? Because I did, and I use homemade mayo. It doesn't work. I think it only works if you use the junky Hellmann's mayo. So I'm going to turn that on, butter this up. There we go. Yeah, I loved grilled cheese and tomato soup when I was a kid. All the time. But it was the Campbell's tomato soup and like Wonder Bread. And we're using some cheddar slices because we just don't have American here. A little cheese snob, I guess. And we'll butter this one. And I'm going to tell you, the carnivore bread is going to turn out to be like a perfect, oh, sorry about that, golden brown. This one's going to, I have to watch that one because if it has allulose, it's going to brown real quick. There we go. Yeah, if you come to Maui, there's two great sashimi sushi places. One of them is called Miso Fat. Yeah, Miso Fat Sushi. And they're very nice owners there. And then also, You have to plan ahead for this one. It's called Koiso. Koiso Sushi only has 12 seats. It's one of Anthony Bourdain's favorite restaurants when he was alive. And Craig has a standing reservation every other Friday he goes there, just because he's made friends with the owners. And but if you want a reservation there, it's about 4 months in advance. So plan ahead. But it's totally worth it. Probably the best sushi he's ever had. Yeah, maybe I'll post a little TikTok video of him there. So now we're just gonna have this going. I might turn it up a little bit and get a flipper. I don't understand why they call this a spatula as well as the other ones. Now I need to find one. Here we go. I just use this one for something else. I'm always cooking. This is also a spatula. I wish they'd be two different things. Now, let's see. Yeah, that one's already browning. Not quite. And I have this induction oven at home. I like gas. I can control it better. Here, the induction, it doesn't heat the pans evenly. I don't understand. Because I use cast iron and it should always be like totally even, but it's not. So let's see. Oh yeah, see how it's getting dark already? And let's see this one. Oh, that one's turning out different too. It's dark. There you go. That's how you make a grilled cheese. Maybe I should call this video grilled cheese. Carnivore grilled cheese. All right, so I'm just gonna let this melt and then we'll see what Kai thinks of them. Which one's better? Okay, my friends, I'm probably gonna regret this, but I'm gonna take this out of the pan. It is still warm. It will fall, but I want you all to see the three differences. You can see that it's kind of shrinking as I pull it out. But this is the original carnivore bread. This is the easy one. And this is the one with gelatin. It's called the Chewy protein bread, which will be linked below, like I mentioned. But it just kind of sticks to the side a little bit because we didn't grease it really a lot. What you doing? Don't poke at it. Ow. I thought you were gonna take a piece off. I almost got it. And we have the grilled cheese ready for Kai. Oh yeah, it's warm yet. I usually wait till it's like completely, maybe even the next day. And some people ask like, how do you store it? Well, I usually slice mine, totally into, however, I usually slice them pretty thin.
Yeah.
I'm so used to not having bread. Like when it's thick, it's like too much bread. I'd rather taste like the hamburger or whatever's in that. Ooh, I'm ripping the bun.
Once you get that out, which one's which?
I just told everybody.
Oh.
You didn't hear that?
No.
Here we go. We took that out. And it's going to shrink a little bit. I ripped some of it, but it's okay. It's okay.
I can think this will be like the cinnamon roll one. Like
cinnamon roll. It was the water one. Can I have the knife?
Yeah.
The serrated knife? Yeah, the bread knife. That one, like that. Because we're going to slice that up. And here we go. I think it's called the butt. The butt of the bread, I think. I don't know. Some people might like that. But you can see it's still steaming. So it's best to not slice it when it's still hot. It's going to shrink, but that's okay. I want you to see what these slices look like. I'm gonna slice this one here. Get real close. And Kai, I made you grilled cheese.
Ooh!
So, here we go. We got a slice of this one, and I did show everybody how soft that is. Ta-da! Super soft, super delicious. And I'll just pick this up. See, this one's really nice and soft too. Yeah. Nice. All right, Kai, we have the grilled cheese. Ah! Okay, this is the carnivore one, and this is the other one, the water bread, the easiest one. So what do you think?
Let me try this one first, and then I'll try this one.
Sounds good. Ooh, I hear the crunch and everything.
That's really good.
That's really good? Okay.
Now, I'm going to try this one.
Okay.
To see
the water bread.
Yeah.
It seems lighter, doesn't it? It seems very airy.
Yeah.
I know. I'm guessing the carnivore one.
This one's really good.
You like it?
Yeah, this one's pretty salted.
Oh,
this one's
maybe like the whole measuring of the salt matters. Yeah. But here's the thing that I love about this bread is that there's a doctor out there that was speaking at a conference with me, and he said, Maria, I can't make your bread because I eat the whole loaf. And I was like, so what? I eat like half the loaf at a time. It's nice to have that volume sometimes. And like sometimes everything that's keto and carnivore is so caloric dense. It's nice to have something like this that's basically just protein and very light in the calories. So calories do matter, people.
Yep.
They do. So, you know, instead of eating just the block of cheese, have it with some protein bread, right?
Yeah.
So which one's your favorite, Kai?
This one.
This one, all right. Good to know. I totally choose the other one. But this is, you know, the carnivore bread. Hope you like it. Hope you try it. And what's your favorite way? What do you use it with? Do you make grilled cheese? Do you make hamburgers with it? We'd love to know. And yeah, please share this video with your friends so they can eat delicious bread, healthy bread that's made with, what, 3 ingredients and super delicious.
Yeah.
What do you want to tell people?
Cook with your kids.
Mahalo, everybody. 15 years old, I was diagnosed with PCOS, acid reflux, depression, and IBS. Instead of taking those prescription drugs, I decided to change my life with food. Yes, food healed me, and it's healed so many of my clients over the past 20 years of working with people. If you are interested in transforming your life, check out KetoMaria.com. I'd be honored to help you.